Stay tuned, more action coming your way.
Come on, boys. Move. Let's go. Give me a chair. Here we go. Doggy! Go, boys. Medals. Got it.
Welcome back, and we pick up the commentary here. We're out on field 6, and it's men's 35s action. The Cook Islands are taking on the USA in this match, and the USA, they've started strongly. They've got a touchdown in their opening set, so perfect start for the men from America. A really interesting match in this division here as the teams, they're starting to looking towards those playoff positions coming up. The teams in this pool are really closely linked together on the ladder. England, the Cook Islands, and the United States all had 1 win and 2 losses, and they're looking to secure a 3rd and 4th position there in the pool. So the winner of this match will go a long way. Oh, is there a little bobble as he puts it down? No, the referees are happy with that one. So the Cook Islands, they respond nicely as well. They get a touchdown against the United States. So they come back nicely on that occasion. So this might be a high-scoring match here between these two teams. The USA, they get us back underway. They tap up after the Cook Islands came down and scored a touchdown. So both teams have had 1 possession each. They both come away with touchdowns each as the United States go for the big diving effort as well. The referee's going to say touch. And just trying to pick up the referee, in the middle of the field there. So penalty given. There's going to be 6 more touches here to the United States. So let's see if they can get another one on the board. Nice start from both of these sides, 1-1. And the United States just jinking around at the moment. Still just hanging within the middle of the field. They come out to the right-hand side now, and well covered there in defence. So turn the ball over. The Cook Islands now, they'll be coming out of their end of the field. Let's see how they transition here. They'll probably work towards their substitution box. The players on the field, well, the ball's just been spilt out. I can't believe how many times we've actually seen that throughout the World Cup. It has to be a bit of sweat on the ball. Players are just running forward and losing the ball without anyone really being around them. As the United States here, I think they roll the ball and they're on the right-hand side. Now they've made changes at the same time. They're quite a distance away from the interchange box at the moment, so they'll just take their time to get those players onto the field, which they have now. A little juggle there as the pass was delivered from acting half. And they look to get underneath. I think he might have scored that touchdown. They're talking to the referee, but the referee has indicated to the Cook Islands players that the ball was put down before the touches were made. It looked good from where I'm standing, quite a distance away, but yeah, it looked like it. They managed to slide underneath. That's number 2 on the board for the States. So they go back in front. 2-1 is the score now. So really important day, as I sort of alluded to at the start of the broadcast here. Men's 35's there. Oh, and just juggled. I think he's lost the ball, trying to slam that one down. Yeah, the semi-finals will be coming up in this division tomorrow, so this is the last chance for teams to try and get one of those semi-final spots. As United States, they come right-hand side again. Changes now onto the field. They drive in nicely now, last touch and turned over. So Cook Islands, I think they'll look just to go direct. No, as I say that, they shifted out to the right, so they're going to make changes as well. The heat has really increased out here at Putrajaya. They have enforced the heat policy, so you will be seeing this match being played into quarters, 10-minute quarters. They get a little 2-minute half-time, well, I shouldn't say half-time break, quarter-time break in between quarter 1 and 2, and the same will happen again between quarter 3 and 4 as the penalty is given here to the USA. Players offside. Looked like it was the call from the referee. So danger here for the United States, and they just get hands in the ball, getting a little bit sloppy there in defence. They're back on the attack. They're coming against the grain to look to get underneath, but the referee, now there's a touch that's been claimed. Ooh. It's yeah, interesting. The referee definitely was moving backwards. She must have only assumed that the touch hadn't been made, but it was claimed from the United States defender, and she gets back to the mark. So still in possession here. Dummy thrown, moving half. They go this wraparound play. They come back against, and touch made again. So this is nice defence here from the United States. Dustin Ferguson making the touch on that occasion. And got to get a shout out. Hopefully he's playing this match number 8 for the United States, Dustin Hobbs. Absolute legend. Nice block on the first day in Malaysia. It's Dustin in the lobby of the hotel came over and introduced himself. Yeah, real nice bloke, and I hope they've had a great time here at the World Cup, and great to finally get to call one of their matches. They've started off really well, the United States team. They lead 2-1 over the Cook Islands at the moment. That's Sanderson, who just fires it. Oh, he might have got the ball back here. Sanderson, there's Cook Islands players diving all over the place, but to no avail. USA, they're looking impressive here against the Cook Islands. They've started really strong. That's number 3 on the scoreboard now, so they've got that 2-touchdown buffer over the Cook Islands, and they look a little bit shell-shocked, actually. The Cook Islands team, I'm not too sure if they've done any homework on the United States, but they've come out all guns blazing so far in this match. So they'll be looking to hit straight back here. The Cook Islands, been quite a trend throughout a lot of matches throughout this World Cup when a team scores. It's amazing how the opposing team can manage to hit straight back. But there'll be a big emphasis here on the United States offensive line. They're looking pretty strong so far. They go short, and beautiful touch made. Coming in to make that touch was Duke Estrell. Simon Lowe drives forward. Duke Estrell now, here he is. He's got the hat backwards, number 15 for the United States. The referee has blown a penalty. Might have been the use of the shoulder there. The United States progress the ball through Jared Power. He's got the ball back again now, Power. Nice drive into the line. They kick out off that right foot, and beautiful read coming in from the outside there. The Cook Islands winger read it perfectly. Came in to shut that ball down. You can hear the calls from the United States are really trying to put some defensive pressure on this Cook Islands attack. The screams of get up from their interchange box. Now the referee is giving a penalty here. I think it was a little bit of collision in the ruck. And the hooter sounds for the first quarter break, and it is the Cook Islands who will go, no, my mistake, it is the USA who will go into the quarter time break with a 3-touchdown-to-1 lead over the Cook Islands.
Go. Because when you go and stop, the guy stops, then the referee's telling him to go forward, and we're going forward, and by the time you make the touch, all of them, I can't help you out. And when they start going backwards, and when they go 5 to 5, keep pressuring them. Don't stop. It's safe, just that form team needs to try. As soon as they start rolling back, we all stop. Yeah, we got them outside the 5, they're going back 10. It ain't over, then just keep going, hunt them down. Remember, if we let them start thinking of what plays they want to do, we're giving them that same time, then you're going to start doing it. It's just go out and make those touches. And the guys are like that, checking them a lot of these. So he's aware of it. Hey, it's
3-1.
Let's square it up, hey? Yeah.
Let's go, boys. Apple.
Go.
Come on.
And back out on field 6, second quarter is about to get underway. The United States have made their way onto the field. Cook Islands team doing the same now, and yeah, really hot conditions out here on the field. I'm pretty lucky to be under the grandstand on field 1 at the moment. But yeah, just made mention in the previous game, went down onto the field to confirm the score with the referees on the previous game that we were commenting on, and as soon as we went out there into the sun, the heat is just next level. It's definitely at least 10 degrees hotter out in the center of the field, so heat rule is enforced, and we're playing quarters at the moment. Probably anticipating that will be the case for the remainder of today. And the Cook Islands, just couldn't quite hang that one in. It was a nice late switch back on the inside. If you could get hands on to that one, might have been danger signs there for the United States. But I've been really impressed with their intensity in this match, and even in the quarter time break, lucky to get away with the potential over the mark there. Look at the Cook Islands though, they are really putting some nice defensive pressure on the United States team in this set. They're struggling to get out of their half. They straighten up now. Play on to call. And the Cook Islands in the end. Let's see what the call is from the referee. It looks like he's going to go the way of the Cook Islands. And good work. So Rui, here's the number 3 in there for the Cook Islands in defence in the middle. And doing a good job to hold up the United States attack as they make changes now as well, the Cook Islands. So let's see if we can see some of their attacking flair, which has been on display throughout the tournament. Nice drive into the line. They look to go long, and has this been put down? The referees have got to come together here to have a chat. So I think they have determined that the touch was made. Now Charles Sanderson, big ball that went over the top of Sanderson. He just had a little bit of a look up at the same time. I think he might have thought, oh, do I need to play at the football? Before you know it, it just dipped over his head. Did a good job to recover, turn and chase. But the USA players, it must have been called offside or not moving forward from the referees. Gives a repeat set of 6 here to the Cook Islands. But no, there might be a turnover now and a touch and pass, so they can't capitalise on that repeat set. And the USA will be coming out of their end of the field with Tyrrell. They come right now. Hobbs. Changes onto the park. Power, he dishes. He's in half again here, Power. He turns back on the inside. Nice switch play. They're flowing on nicely. Now the United States. They come off the right foot, send it out. Oh, beautiful scoop back onto the inside. Oh, that was outstanding hands. It was down low and past it in one motion. One more touch to go here for the USA, but they scream up out of the line and shut that play down. So the Cook Islands hang on. But gee, yeah, I'd love to go back and watch the replay of that previous play with the ball being thrown out to the left wing. I can't quite catch his number from where I'm sitting at the moment, but to be able to hang on to that and throw it in one motion, beautiful bit of individual skill out there from the left winger from the USA. Nice drive in from the Cook Islands. They're on the back foot here, the States. And yeah, nice short ball. So not a bad option there. It also just keeps the defence in 2 minds. They have gone long on the previous play where it just went over the head of the USA defence. That occasion they go short, so it's not too bad that while they didn't get the touchdown on that occasion, it's going to keep the defence in 2 minds whether they're going to go long or short as they continue on through the match. As Dean, number 6 for the States, he took the ball forward on the previous play. They look to shift and come out left. Well, they turn it back on the inside. They do now. They go back to that short side. Yeah, not too many options in the end. Going to turn the Cook Islands defender around. And as soon as he did that, thought he might have been able to get some sort of advantage to head back down the short side, but space was limited on offer to the United States. And the Cook Islands coming out of their end of the field now. So score remains 3-1. No further scores that have been achieved here so far in the second quarter. Happy to throw the ball around at the moment, and a little bit of a sloppy roll ball, manages to hold on to it, so they got away with that, the Cook Islands. High on's the call, they switch, try to get a bit of footwork, but 6 touch. And a penalty for not returning the ball to the mark. They come back right again. Play on is call from the referees. Sanderson back onto the field. He's got the ball. He's got the ball now, Sanderson. So coming back out to the left-hand side. Nice dish. Back driving through the middle. They've got Cook Islanders with their back turn. Yeah, that opens a massive space up for the USA. Oh, and there's a bit of collision there. The USA players are protesting here. The referees will come together and they are screaming to try to get a penalty I think one of their players might have been taken off the ball. Let's see what the referee indicates here. Yeah, that's exactly what the call is. But yeah, it really came down to that previous run into the defensive line. The Cook Islands defender got himself into an awful position. His back was turned as a result, and the scoop from half, they couldn't see exactly where the United States were attacking from. They went straight through the middle. They come back on the outside as there's a diving effort, touch made. Yeah, the penalty for off the ball, so the Cook Islands winger, it must have been, just getting arms onto the USA player, which he can't do. That impeded them from having the opportunity to score that touchdown, so the penalty rightfully given to the USA. Oh, collision again. The boys, they've come together here a little bit. It's getting a little bit niggly out there between these two sides, but the Cook Islands are ramping up their defence, and they shoot up out of the line again. Nice roll ball though. They come back to the open side. They've got the Cook Islands stretch. They managed to hold out, so good defence from the Cook Islands. So let's see if the USA do the same and try to put pressure on to the men in the white jerseys. Oh, that looked flat at best down that short side. There's players on the deck here. I'm not too sure. The acting half actually getting into a little bit of a collision. Now the sideline referee has come onto the field. He's indicating to the on-field referee that there was an impediment in the ruck. And yeah, that's what happened to the Cook Islands player who was coming into the acting half position as they were over on that sub-box side of the field. The USA player must have just getting himself into a bad position there, taking out the Cook Islands dummy half player. The referee, it happened right in front of him on the sideline, makes the call to the on-field official. And gives the penalty to the Cook Islands, so they might need to score a touchdown pretty soon here. They flick on the inside. Does it get down low? No, I think the touch has been made. The referee is happy that the ball was down first, so you can see the United States player having a chat with the referee on that occasion, but nice touchdown and good finish in the corner there as well from the Cook Islands, so they reduce the margin. It's 3-2 now on your scoreboard. The United States still leading this match, but again comes off the penalty, that ruck penalty down the sideline, given away from the USA. So can they hit back here, get that 2-touchdown lead back? This will help their cause. It's a penalty to the United States. Yeah, referee's just having a chat to the players here. I think it's just the strong contact that is starting to become a little bit of an issue for the Cook Islands, and the United States, though, they can't capitalise right before the halftime hooter, and this is turning out to be a really good match here in the men's 35s. It's the USA who go into the halftime break leading a 3-2 over the Cook Islands.
Circle. Okay, 3 deep ones. Ready? Come on. Up. Ready. In. And out. In. And out. One more. Open up, boys. Andrew. Coach. Oi, ears. Boys, we're not bringing that lucky game. Take what's up here. Okay? Get back into there. As Andrew said, you've got to go forward. Okay, so let's get a sequence running forward. Let's see if we can do it in this last scrum. Hey, our attack, it'll come. Okay, we'll just play a bit more guys running maybe a little bit. You know, if there's two guys in the middle, have a look. I'll link you guys.
Tak, memang bagi anak buat macam motor. Macam mana motor je motor dia buat campak sana sini dekat. Aduh, mana semua dah pecah lah apa. Lepas tu pergi jalan kat mall mana benda ni ada. Baru dia dia, ui, mana bah? Tak tahu pun dia. Kau apa-apa buang-buang je. Dia pergi bawa ke sekolah tinggal. Nak dia betul ni betul. Kata nak tinggal.
I'm running a link for this one.
It's for a minimum of 2 sets each. Okay? Yeah, if these are the hard touches that come in the shoulders, we're knocking them off the ball. There, so we're saying knock them there at the same time.
The line has been put in the sand, guys. Cross it. Cross that line. Just go on the line. Okay, let's stop.
Welcome back to Field 6. It's men's 35s. We are into the third quarter between the USA and the Cook Islands. Great match on our hands here. It's the USA. They've got a 1-touchdown lead at the moment over the Cook Islands, but the Cook Islands are on attack here. Oh, just misdirected pass. And they were looking to level up there. Yeah, 3-2 is the score. It's a crucial match in the men's 35 game here. So currently, England are sitting a third on the ladder, and it's on for and against, which they hold the third spot. So they've had 1 win and 2 losses. The Cook Islands have also had 1 win and 2 losses, as have the United States. So it's for and against, which is sorting out the 3rd, 4th and 5th positions at the moment. Australia and New Zealand sitting at the top of the pool, undefeated. They'll come up against each other in the last round. So that'll be an interesting match to watch in the men's 35s as the Aussies and Kiwis take each other in the round match. It's going to give themselves a nice look at each other before potentially coming up in the finals as well. But we refocus here to the men's 35s. It's the United States who are on the attack now. They do have that 1 touchdown buffer. Can they make it 2? Oh, a touch made. Nice touch. Now the referee's just having a bit of a chat to the players. He's going to blow a penalty here to the Cook Islands. 6 more touches attacking the line. So let's see what sort of attacking shape the United States go with here. Have they got a little trick play or set piece up their sleeve? They go long, but it's way out in front. Not a good pass there from Sanderson. But the USA are going to maintain possession. They're going to tap the ball here, so there's a penalty given. I just couldn't quite see the signal from the referee. It's just obstructed by one of the TV towers. The States already come out to this left-hand side and just couldn't hang on to the football there. Brendan Robinson, but interesting that they went the shift straight away on touch one. And the two referees were just coming together. They just blew up time there, and the USA really gave them the chance to get their defensive line set, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the Cook Islands team here. They're looking to try to get towards their substitution box. They're a little bit closer now. It gives them a good chance for those players to come on around the back. Cook Islands straighten up now. There might be a half run. No, they just lost the touch count in the end. Referee gets play back underway. And we're still at 3-2 in this match down the sideline, or close to being over the mark there. They got away with that. What's the call here from the referee? She's just obstructed from me at the moment. And it goes against the USA. Oh, a little bit of dancing work there from one of the Cook Islands players. I'm not exactly sure. Gavin Downs, he's holding the head and doing all sorts of fancy leg work out there. Might have copped the shot. That might be what one of the penalty was for. I didn't have good sight on that one, so I could only imagine if he was holding his head and carrying on like he was on that occasion, there might have been a stray arm or something like that in the roll ball, which sees the penalty given against the United States. So it's one aspect of the game you definitely don't want to see as a coaching staff, is when you give penalties away when you're in possession of the football, such as that when they were trying to come out of their end of the field. Play on is the call from the referee. That was just a little bit slow in terms of getting the acting half into position there for Cook Islands. So USA, they're walking a little bit to start their set. They get more momentum now, driving into the line. Oh, yeah, it has to go back to the mark. Also juggled it at the same time. They still hold on to the ball. They come back out to the right now. They drive in, last touch. They've got numbers. He looked to switch back on the inside, and he might have given himself up here as getting hands on the ball, but I think the referee is giving the penalty to the Cook Islands. A little bit bemused. The United States at the call. Touch and pass is the call. And I think it was Big Johnny Dean. I just can't quite see if he's wearing the 5 or the 6. But gave himself up. I think he might have got hands onto the football, potentially looking for an intercept on that previous play. But they got the touch and pass penalty instead, and look at them attacking the USA now. They create a little half chance. Ball down. So that might have been a chance. It looked like he called ball down. It might have been just the 6 touch. The referee as the USA, they turned it over, trying to come out of deep into their territory. Looked like Dustin Ferguson on that occasion. So they're down by 1 at the moment, the Cook Islands. Footwork, and oh wow, that was all far too easy. Looked like Jeff Holston potentially the number 1 for the Cook Islands. My apologies if that is incorrect. Unfortunately, we have mentioned a couple of times we haven't got great vision from where we're standing here for field 6, but it's a touchdown regardless for the Cook Islands. Number 3 on the board. We are level again, 3-3 now the score between the USA and the Cook Islands. They've done a good job to work themselves back into this match, but they have made them pay straight away. Now there's an issue here between some of the players. I'm not exactly sure. I was just marking the score down on my sheet, and I looked up, but I could see that Brian Adams from the Cook Islands side got himself into a bad position there when he was making that previous touch. He had his back turned straight away, I think just hoping that they were going to send it back to the open side, but they exploited that defensive error from Adams, and they went onto the short side. Nice little drawing pass, and they score in the corner, so nice hit back there for the USA, and they're back in front, 4-3 now on the scoreboard. Cook Islands looking to level back up, and it doesn't open up as easy as what it did on their last attacking raid. And they drop the ball here again, the United States, so alarm bells have to be ringing for their team when that occurred last time they were coming out of their territory, that end of the field. They turned the ball over. The Cook Islands scored straight away. They look to go back on the inside. So Holston, he drove in. There's a touch claimed here. It's going to be a turnover. So the USA, they've got to hold the football in this set. Probably just looking to complete it. They've got to get down the other end of the field. Nice little extra couple of metres. Just got on the outside of the Cook Islands winger. Every metre gained is extremely valuable, and you're doing the hard work to try and get forward. They get a little bit more direct now. Half run, and the players are onside. Touch made there. No problems. Subs on now. They go back central into the middle of the field. Dean. He drives it in nicely. Good pick up from half. They get into the in-goal area. I think a touch has been made. Nice diving effort. I reckon they'll give the penalty away on this occasion as well. It took some time to get the football back. As you can hear, the three-quarter time, a hooter in the background. Nice response in that quarter from the Cook Islands, but the USA, they get a touchdown of their own to hold on to the lead going into the three-quarter time break. It is the USA 4 and Cook Islands 3.
Dia ada jajahan mesin. Dia ada benda kecil di dalam benda itu kan. Ada 2-3 pulau ya yang ada negara di bawah.
And we are back here, men's 35s. This is going to be a really good final quarter between these two sides. It's the USA. They've only got a 1 touchdown buffer over the Cook Islands. They're in possession at the moment, 4-3. Here's the score going into this last quarter. Can they get another touchdown? They've got them stretched here. The USA, they held it up and scrambled defence in the end. Well, that was a chance there for the United States. Just held on to the football, space in front, and not a bad effort in the end. It was Sanderson from the United States had the football, summed it up nicely, but the cover defence there from the Cook Islands manages to shut the play down. So good job to hold out there, the men in white. They really can't afford for the United States to skip out ahead of them and get that 2 touchdown lead again. They've got to keep within striking distance. They don't want to get into a slinging match with the United States. They'll want to score next, and they might do it. Oh, this is going to be a late pass. Like Jeff Holston there, having a dart from the dummy half position. And he made his way into the in-goal area. But again, the defence from both sides has been pretty impressive in the match in terms of scrambling when the acting halves make their way into the in-goal area. So less than 10 minutes left in this match for the Cook Islands to try and turn this around. It's a big match. And both teams really need to get a win on the board to try to progress up the ladder in the men's 35s. They'll be looking for a semi-final position. There's just the 6 teams in the pool, so top 4 are going to go into semi-finals. 3 teams vying for the 3rd, 4th and 5th position. 2 of them in this match here, the Cook Islands and the USA, and England as well. They're in the mix at the moment. So a little bit of starch been taken out of the Cook Islands on the previous play. They get a little bit more direct now. They send it back on the inside, but again, they're struggling to get forward, so not the greatest set or switch, late switch there, but bounces off the chest. And the USA, they reclaim possession. So some really good games coming up today. We mentioned on a few occasions it's the first day of grand finals, men's 40s and 50s grand finals coming up later on this afternoon. We've also got the women's 35s grand final that will be played between Australia and New Zealand. They're coming up next through the live stream out on Field 3. You'll see the Women's Open between Singapore and Wales, and I'll be sticking with Field 6 action, and it'll be mixed open Scotland and Chile. Really looking forward to that match. We called Scotland yesterday afternoon when they took on England and got away with the win, but Chile are having a really good tournament themselves, so first time being able to have a look at the Chileans, and they're up the pointy end of the ladder, currently in the mixed division. So I can't wait for that match. It's going to be highly entertaining. So plenty of games to choose, but that mixed open match will be taking place on field 6. So stay around for that one. But we revert back to this men's 35, a crucial match. It's the Cook Islands with the ball at the moment. They really need to get a touchdown pretty soon. They need to get the win, but they've got to level it up first and foremost, and they're not going to do it on this occasion. A touch made there on Halston. Nice late switch. They've got them on the back foot here. Beautiful ball onto the outside and just couldn't be held onto. So almost created something there on that dead play. And that's the flair of the Cook Islands team. A bit of space out here for the United States, putting the foot down. Big diving effort right in front of the United States sub-box. Yeah, they just fell away. Their right-hand side defence there, the Cook Islands. And they're going to have another go here. Yeah, there's no one at home for the Cook Islands. Dives into the corner, and they had them on the ropes from that opening moment where they just made those easy meters down the sideline. They just never were in a position to recover in the end, and Brendan Robinson gets another touchdown for the United States. That's exactly what they wanted to happen. They reclaim that 2-touchdown buffer. That's number 5 on the board for them now. And the Cook Islands, they're back behind the USA by 2. It's 5-3 on the scoreboard. So we're winding down now in this final quarter. So it might be a little bit too far for the Cook Islands, but I'm not writing them off yet. I don't feel comfortable to write them off. We know that they can score touchdowns pretty quickly and at will. Now they come down this right-hand side. They're into the in-goal area. As I say, they need to score. Have they been able to do it? There's a touch claim from the USA, and the referee agrees. Yeah, they're actually going to get a penalty now, the Cook Islands. Now, even worse now, I couldn't quite see. I was a little bit obstructed. One of the United States players has made his way to the end of the field. Now, a little bit of confusion. So the referee has actually sent the United States player, it looks like it might be Alexander Grice, to the sin bin, and the USA actually got a little bit confused. They must have thought it was a forced substitution because they sent another player onto the field, which they couldn't do. They've actually got to play with 5. So they've got the one-man advantage at the moment, the Cook Islands. They have to make them pay now. They've got to take advantage of that. They've got to take, and I think they have. They just send the ball out completely unmarked, so they hit back, and they make the United States pay for that error, and the player going to the sin bin. So back down to 1, and the player remains into the sin bin. And the referee actually sending him more into the central location of the field. So you might pick him up through the cameras. He'll be standing into the in-goal area. His team's running towards him at the moment. The margin's back down to 1. They'll be looking to try and get it for 2. He's trying to sell it as much as he can, Sanderson. More time off the clock from the States. They're not going to be rushing at all here. Last touch, Sanderson. Yeah, just digging and diving around, trying to claim. Maybe there was a little bit of extra attention in that touch as well, but no problems at all for the referees. They go sub-box now. Again, down by 1, the Cook Islands. Time is starting to get away from what I can see. Alexander Grice in the in-goal area. He's got his hands up saying, where can I come back on, sir? The hooter goes, oh, the Cook Islands almost gotten through there with Jeff Holston. Oh, that's heart in your mouth stuff from the United States in defence. The Cook Islands almost getting the level up, but they managed to hold out. So that's a big victory in this men's 35s division, the USA. They get away with it in the end. The final score is USA 5, Cook Islands 4. And welcome. We are back on field 6, and the team's just making their way onto the field. It's the mixed open division, really looking forward to this one. Scotland taking on Chile in this match, and both teams have been doing quite well. Scotland in particular, they are undefeated in the mixed open division at the moment. They've had a great tournament, and one of the ones to look out for in the mixed open. They currently sit 6-0. The only other team in their pool that is in that position is the Australians, as Chile score on their first set of 6. Wow, what a great start. Some of the Scottish players are trying to have a chat with the referee, inquiring about that touchdown, but it is a touchdown to Chile. Perfect start. So Chile, yeah, they are on the ladder. They're currently sitting in 5th position, but they've had a good tournament. They actually beat South Africa in their opening match. South Africa are sitting ahead of them on the table at the moment. They're just above them in 4th position. They've had one more win than the Chilean team. But Scotland now first chance with the football. And Scotland back on the attack. So referee going to call here, yeah, touch made. And Scotland, they're back in attack now. They look to go to the sweeper play, yeah, the sloppy roll ball there. And Chile, good opening set in defence there.